we're back here again. I just held my mom's business. It is physical labor. In fact, I started helping her since I was 13 or 14. I would talk about it, but not in this video. What I want to bring up today is how I feel to socialization. I thought that wherever you are born to, of course, like your identity will be shaped by it to some extent. When I was a kid, of course, I was just another copy from people around me. I was friends with them, I was part of my family. There were some similarities between me and people around me. However, everything would start to change when you grow up. I tried to fit in with many groups of people, including people who often drink and smoke. I was friends with them because we were in the same major and they are quite smart. To me, it would kind of like help me out to grow better because being with people who are similar to you, it is helping you in a way. Imagine if you are a gym bro. Of course, like you want to be with gym bros rather than ice skaters or football players, right? Because you are in the same field. But at some point, I realized that, nah, man, it was not me. They often convinced me to ditch my classes, which I did. Not because of them solely, of course, it was my fault too. I wanted to have fun. To be honest, some classes, they're actually boring, so I didn't mind that much. But as time went by, I just thought with myself that I couldn't live like this anymore. Because if I were to be with myself alone, I would go to a library or trying to finish some of my assignments before the due date. But they often invite me to go outside and do some things that don't align with my values. Just for the context, I didn't drink nor smoke with them, though it is still a waste of time when it doesn't serve your goals. That's why I just gradually disconnect with them, and at some point, I just don't talk with them anymore. And another group, it was like people who are kind of have similar humor. It is good, right? When you can have fun with them a lot, and they in fact also quite smart. Of course, like I learned a lot from them, helping me in academic. But then at some point, I just don't think that we are like-minded. I often mention this group a lot that they often reproach others unnecessarily. When they see people from social media, whether it is like a 13-year-old who is trying to make content, even though it's not perfect, they would criticize him for no reason. He didn't say anything bad nor wrong. They just wanted to say something because they know that they can do the same, but they just don't want to. By trying to look down on others, psychologically, it makes them feel superior and they don't have to do the work. And I feel like, nah, man, I don't want to associate with these kind of people, even if you guys are nice to me. I try to change them or redirect their perspective toward people in general. But as you can see, I decided to step out of that group because they just want to be like that. It is their choice, and I don't blame them. But I also don't want to subconsciously internalize their behavior or ideology. Rather, I would be with myself alone and with my own thoughts, even with my family. We literally have almost nothing in common. Our belief, our lifestyle, nothing is the same. Of course, they are good people and they love me and I love them also. But when you're too different and you can't express or just be who you are as much as you wish, you kind of feel excluded. It is inevitable when you're too different than people around you, which is not your fault nor them. It is natural. And it is also okay that you have to be isolated. Even if you try to express every disposition of yours, it is still hard to register all of them, and not everyone would want to or not capable to comprehend whatever that is about you. They might not relate, or it might not be important as it is to you. That is why I kind of feel left out everywhere, literally with my country. I don't feel like I belong here at all. That's why if I graduate from university, I would definitely go somewhere else that is not here. Because living somewhere when you would feel miserable almost all the time with almost everything, with culture, with people's ideology, and you kind of feel like, what is wrong with me? Or it is something wrong with people. And it is accumulative self-destruction when you put yourself in an environment where you feel suffocated all the time. That's why I really have to move out from this country. Of course, it is not gonna be the case for everyone. And I feel so grateful that I have a choice to choose. Literally, I could live almost anywhere because I really can't stand my people's culture here. And if you want to know what culture are you referring to, maybe it is not objectively bad, I can tell you something. It is infidelity, what else? Ignorance, and we kind of have to respect authority or people who are older than you, even though if they are not mature. It sucks when you have to obey and be part of these kind of things. If you're okay with it, then that's also fine. But I myself, I really can't do that. If you are individualistic, of course, I swear to you, it is really hard to stay here. Because I live in Asia. It is quite hard to avoid it, right? That's why I want to move to either, if it is possible, I want to live in Europe, but it's quite hard. But let's see. And I believe that many people, they also feel the same way, that they don't feel belonged to their nation. Most people's identities are shaped by themselves. They would learn something from social media or the internet in order to reconstruct their identity. When you were a kid, you kind of know nothing except whatever that your parents tell you to believe. And it is not wrong because you still have zero knowledge about the world. But when you grow up, you are exposed to the world more, and you acknowledge that your country might not be the best. And when you see other cultures through social media or international news, you would start to compare your culture to other countries' cultures. You would understand that now my culture is not that good, not even decent, and I can't tolerate it. It is not that you are selfish or you hate your people, but it's just better off when you choose your own path, even if it means that you would be disconnected to your people. And that's what I learned throughout my whole life, that it is okay when you don't feel belonged anywhere. At least if you understand yourself and know what you actually want. There would be numerous times where you would feel lonely and unseen by people around you. It is inevitable, but that is the way that we have to live. With that being said, I have been accustomed myself to living here, temporarily at least, because I still have to live here for a few years before moving abroad. And it is okay, man. Sometimes you cannot get what you want immediately, and it is part of life. Control what you can control and let go of something that is out of your control. This is what I learned from Stoicism. It is actually good, but I'm not a Stoic myself. I still disagree with many principles there, but gotta say that applying some principles from Stoicism to your life is extremely beneficial for you. I would say that this is all for today. The sun is setting and I'm going to train now. Today we're gonna train back, and that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate you. Even if you just watched until here, I appreciate it a lot. But I would be extremely appreciative if you subscribe and just comment what you think and how you feel about this video. I would read every comment, and that's it. See you in the next one.